Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my dear students, level A students. Today we are introducing a new lesson, lesson 2 of unit 15, page 122 and page 123, if we're talking about course book. And for your workbook, you'll be tackling pages 90 and 91. Title of the lesson today is That's a Good Idea. That's a good idea. Now, the first question as a warm-up before we get to the reading thing is, what are the most exciting recent developments in technology? And technology has many developments all through ages. But the most recent one is, yes, the use of technology for distance learning. Now, this is something that we were not used to in our Middle Eastern countries, but it used to be common in other countries as well. So that is a good thing to share together and to have as an experience. Also, they are using robots in other countries, as you can see here. So if you look at the first picture, it will deliver one of the things or the topics in the reading passage as the first thing in our lesson today. Yes, they are robots. What are you expecting them to do? Yes, they are delivering dishes in the restaurant. So they are working as waiters, thank you. Okay, but waiters should be emotional in some way so they can react to the clients or to the customers. What do you like the food? Do you need any help? How can I help you? So how can they react this? If you can look at the first paragraph, they don't only deliver dishes to the table, they also cook meals. They are able to display over 10 expressions on their faces and say basic welcoming sentences to customers. So they can work as, as human beings. Yes, but of course, as a controversial issue, they will never replace them because human beings are irreplaceable, as we say. We can't take anything to replace them at any time. Allah created us with our minds and with our capabilities, and we then used Allah's blessing to invent those robots. So they will never replace us. Don't worry. Okay, so also we are talking about wearable technology. Wearable technology, if we are so basic about them, we can talk about watches, yes, like the smart watches, even the AirPods, so the earphones you are using, and now they are becoming wireless with no wires, so you can work with them. That's another good thing. So what is wearable technology? It's just gadgets like smartwatches and fitness monitors. Now they are becoming other developments for them. Like this picture, they have wearable technology in terms of clothes. If you wear here, there's a stimulation from the brain. So the this piece of cloth is made of leather, and the changes in the color is according to the reaction in the air. And if you read more, you will find that even affected by human bodies and the use of aerodynamics. Aerodynamics is a kind of science in which they study the movement of air and how objects can go through the air molecules. So in aerodynamics, they can also study how, or they studied already, how a plane or an aeroplane fly in the air. So they use this kind of science to affect the pieces of cloth made to change their color, so that you now become stylish in a way that is different. And this will drive us to this word, disposable fashion. What do I mean by disposable? Think of the gloves, first thing we are using nowadays. Can you use them many times or only one time? Yes, it's only one time. And that's why we call them disposable. If something is disposable, so you only use them for one time. They can never be used again. So here, with this kind of technology, we can have disposable fashion, which is one T-shirt, or there will be no need for disposable fashion. We can use only one T-shirt or one sweatpants, one pair of sweatpants, one pair of jeans, and then they change their color according to the mood or the weather. If you can read the last paragraph of this, another of her pieces reacts. So this character is named, her name is given here, Lauren. Another of her pieces reacts to heat in the brain and therefore changes color depending on your thoughts. Lauren says that in the future, she hopes there will be no need for disposable fashion, as one garment, yes, this is another word. Garment means, yes, piece of cloth or a piece of clothes, will simply adapt to suitable or to be suitable for all situations. And adapt, what do I mean by adapt? Yes, if you adapt to a kind of situation, you try to change your way to suit. Yes, to suit, S-U-I-T. So it's suitable for the circumstances. So it will be simply, or it will simply adapt to be suitable for all situations, modes, and weather. Now, the first exercise on this is number 2. We need to find the meanings of those words. We already talked about adapt. We already talked about garment. So adapt, we said to change your behavior so that it becomes, or anything's behavior, to become suitable for the circumstances. We also have garment, clothes, disposable, used for one time, or can't be used more than one time. Aerodynamics, this is the type of science we talked about, studying air and how objects can go through. Also, we have continuously, and continuously means, yes, in a continuing way. Then we have basic. Basic means the basic studies or the basic rules of anything means we always say very basic ones. So they are essential. They are the very early one. I would say basic English, like when we talk about the early English you studied when you were in primary school. Display, yes, thank you. Display is the show of something. They can show it. It can be used as a noun or as a verb. Now we have question 3. If you go down here, we have 6 or 7 sentences, and we need to fill in the gaps with the 7 words that have been discussed. Number 1, the robots range in from 1.3 to 1.6 meters. So they range in, think of it, they range in, thank you, in display. Also 2, the robots are both cooks, waiters. Cooks, waiters. Yes. Yes. We need to go through the text to find them. Let's have some time to think of them. Okay, I'll give you some time for this. Let's have 3 minutes. Okay, now number 1, the robots, and we use words from the text, range in from 1.3 to 1.6, so they range in height. Thank you. The robots are both cooks and waiters. Number 3, the robots can speak the customers. They can only say a few simple things. So Although the robots can work for 5 hours, needing to be recharged, without needing to be recharged. Lauren Balker is in designing clothes, not gadgets. Lauren Balker is experienced in designing, thank you. Lauren applied this type of technology to fashion, trying to apply it to racing cars. After trying to apply it to racing cars. 7. Lauren looks forward to the time when people will not throw away their clothes. They will only need one garment. Yes, because. Thank you. So that was it. Now, number 4. Rewrite the sentences using the words in brackets. And those words, they all end in ly, as you can see. They are focusing adverbs. And those focusing adverbs are given to draw your attention for something as a reader rather than another thing. Like the examples here, they don't only deliver dishes to the table, they also cook meals. So I need to draw your attention to the two things here, using only and also in the same sentence. Another example is the robots are very popular, particularly when with children. So I want to draw your attention to the children thing, so I say particularly. Is it just gadgets like smart watches and fitness monitors? So just gadgets. I want to refer to gadgets, so I use the word just. Now let's get to number 2, or question number 4. The first one is done as an example. We all love gadgets, but my brother loves them more than the rest of us. So we all love gadgets, especially my brother. And we need to use generally with the second one. So it's going to be children are generally better than the parents were with new technology. The special vests that footballers wear to track their movements are useful for particularly assessing fitness and agility more than for anything else. 4. This new robot can even read. So I'm drawing your attention to the act or to the action of reading. Okay, 5. Almost all of Lauren Balker's fans are under 30. So Lauren Balker's fans are mainly under 30. Now to the workbook thing, we have art meets science. This is a piece of reading that you need to read, and afterwards you will answer some questions upon this. The first one is explaining briefly what is the fashion designer doing. The second one is to write the noun from these verbs. So pollute is going to be pollution. Stimulate is stimulation, and the meaning of stimulation, as we say, the act of changing or being affected by something else. Also, we have inspire, so it's inspiration, create, creation, react, reaction. You're going to read and tick the correct answers according to the text, and afterwards you're going to circle the correct of the given options in question number 5. For example, number 1, the new GPS performance monitoring vest has more functions than the previous models, has even more functions, not just. You'll also be doing the other questions accordingly, and if you are interested in asking me any question, you'll be more than welcome through your inbox messages on the website. See you next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.